Right now, you're probably making a mistake that 89% of English learners make every single day without even realizing it. This one-word error is so common that even native speakers get confused. And it's silently sabotaging your fluency in conversations, emails, and presentations. What's worse? You might have been using it wrong for years, and nobody ever corrected you because they thought you knew what you were doing. Today, I'm going to reveal the word that's been tricking millions of people worldwide, show you exactly why everyone gets it wrong, and give you a simple trick that will make you never mess it up again. By the end of this video, you'll feel that satisfying click in your brain when everything finally makes sense. And you'll wonder how you ever lived without knowing this. Subscribe now because this is the kind of game-changing English tip that transforms how confidently you communicate. And I share secrets like this every single day. The word that's destroying your English credibility is literally. And before you roll your eyes thinking, you know how to use it, let me blow your mind with something that will change everything. Most people think literally means exactly or really. So they throw it around like confetti at a celebration. I literally died laughing. That test was literally impossible. I literally can't. Even. But here's the shocking truth that your English teachers probably never explained properly. When you use literally incorrectly, you're actually saying the complete opposite of what you mean. And sophisticated English speakers immediately notice this mistake. The word literally comes from the Latin word litera, meaning letter. And it specifically means something happened exactly as described, word for word, with zero exaggeration. So, when you say, I literally died laughing, you're claiming that laughter actually killed you and you're speaking from beyond the grave. Click the bell icon right now, because understanding this distinction will revolutionize how people perceive your English skills, and tomorrow I'm sharing another word that 95% of learners use backwards. Here's where it gets really interesting and why this mistake is so incredibly common among English learners. Native speakers have been misusing literally for decades, which created a language phenomenon called semantic bleaching. Basically, the word lost its original power through overuse and misuse. This is exactly like what happened to words like awesome, which used to mean inspiring religious wonder but now means pretty good. However, and this is crucial for your English success, educated native speakers and professional environments still expect literally to be used correctly. When you master the proper usage, you immediately sound more sophisticated and precise. Think about it this way. Literally should only be used when something actually, factually happened exactly as you describe it. The building literally collapsed means the building actually fell down. I literally ran 5 miles means you actually covered that distance on foot. Keep watching because I'm about to show you the simple replacement words that will make you sound infinitely more articulate. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss these advanced English secrets. The plot thickens because there's a second layer to this literally problem that most English courses completely ignore. And it's costing you credibility in professional settings. When you misuse literally, you're not just making a vocabulary error, you're revealing that you don't understand the concept of figurative language, which is the backbone of advanced English communication. Native speakers use metaphors, hyperbole, and figurative expressions constantly, and they expect you to recognize when language is literal versus figurative. For example, when someone says, I'm drowning in work, they don't mean water is involved. When they say time flies, they don't mean time has wings. But when you add literally to figurative expressions, you're essentially saying you don't understand this fundamental distinction. This is why saying, I literally can't even, makes educated speakers cringe. Because you're claiming that you factually cannot perform the action of evening, which doesn't make grammatical or logical sense. Subscribe to English Journey, because mastering these nuances is what separates intermediate learners from truly advanced speakers, and I break down complex concepts like this every day. Now, let me give you the golden replacement strategy that will instantly upgrade your English and make you sound like a sophisticated native speaker. Instead of using literally incorrectly, try these powerful alternatives that actually express what you mean. Absolutely, completely, totally, extremely, incredibly, or genuinely. For emotional emphasis, use honestly, seriously, or truly. For intensity, try utterly, thoroughly, or entirely. Here's the magic. These words carry the emotional impact you want, without the logical contradiction. Instead of, I literally died laughing, say, I absolutely died laughing. Or, I honestly couldn't stop laughing. Instead of, that was literally impossible, try that was completely impossible. Or that was utterly impossible. Feel how much more precise and intentional these alternatives sound. Native speakers will immediately notice your elevated vocabulary and careful word choice. This is the kind of subtle improvement that makes people think you've been studying English for years longer than you actually have. Hit that subscribe button because these vocabulary upgrades are what transform good English into exceptional English, and I reveal advanced techniques like this in every single video. But wait, there's an even deeper secret about literally that most English teachers never mention. And it's going to completely change how you approach learning advanced vocabulary. The word literally has an evil twin called figuratively. And understanding their relationship is like unlocking a secret code in English communication. Figuratively means the opposite of literally. It signals that you're using metaphorical or non-literal language. So, when you want to emphasize that something was extreme but didn't actually happen as described, you could say, I figuratively died laughing, or simply leave out any qualifier and let the context speak for itself. This is advanced level English strategy because it shows you understand the sophisticated dance between literal and figurative meaning that characterizes educated speech. Professional writers, public speakers, and business leaders use this distinction to create precise, impactful communication. When you master this concept, you'll start noticing it everywhere. In movies, books, presentations, and conversations. Click the notification bell because this kind of deep language insight is what separates casual learners from serious students who are committed to achieving native level fluency, and I share profound English secrets like this every day. Here's something that will absolutely revolutionize your English learning journey. The literally mistake is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to words that English learners consistently misuse without realizing it. There's an entire category of words called intensifiers. Words like really, very, totally, completely, absolutely, that have specific rules and contexts. And using them incorrectly immediately signals to native speakers that English isn't your first language. But here's the exciting part. When you learn to use these words with precision and purpose, you don't just sound more native. You actually think more clearly in English because your vocabulary becomes a precise tool for expressing exactly what you mean. This is why advanced English learners often report that mastering these subtle distinctions feels like stepping into a completely new relationship with the language. It's not just about avoiding mistakes anymore. It's about wielding English with confidence, sophistication, and genuine expression. Subscribe to English Journey right now because I'm building a complete series on advanced intensifiers and precision vocabulary that will transform your English from good to absolutely exceptional. And you don't want to miss a single episode of this game-changing content. The most fascinating part about the literally phenomenon is how it reveals something profound about language evolution and why staying informed about proper usage gives you a massive advantage in professional and academic settings. Language is constantly changing, and while literally has been informally accepted in casual speech, formal writing, professional communication, and educated discourse still maintain the traditional distinction. This means that when you use literally correctly, you're demonstrating several things simultaneously. You understand the difference between formal and informal registers. You respect traditional grammar rules. You can communicate precisely, and you're aware of linguistic nuance. These are exactly the qualities that impress employers, colleagues, professors, and anyone evaluating your English proficiency. It's like having a secret handshake that immediately identifies you as someone who takes language seriously and communicates thoughtfully. Native speakers who care about language precision will instantly respect your attention to detail, while those who don't care won't even notice, which means using literally correctly is a win-win situation that can only enhance your reputation. Don't forget to subscribe because understanding these professional communication strategies is crucial for career advancement and academic success, and I share insider knowledge about English in professional contexts every single day. Now I'm going to share a practice technique that will permanently embed the correct usage of literally into your English brain. And it's so simple you'll wonder why no one ever taught you this before. Every time you catch yourself about to say literally, pause for 1 second and ask yourself this question. Did this actually happen exactly as I'm describing it? Or am I using figurative language for emphasis? If it actually happened exactly as you're describing, use literally with confidence. If you're exaggerating for effect or using metaphorical language, choose one of those powerful alternatives I mentioned earlier. This mental pause technique works because it forces you to think about precision and intentionality, instead of just throwing words around carelessly. After just 1 week of using this technique, you'll be amazed at how much more aware you become of your word choices. And this awareness will start improving other aspects of your English automatically. Your brain will begin naturally selecting more precise vocabulary, creating clearer sentence structures, and communicating with greater impact. This is the kind of deliberate practice that separates rapid language learners from those who plateau and never improve. Make sure you're subscribed to English Journey because I'm constantly sharing focused practice techniques like this that create breakthrough moments in your English development. And tomorrow I'm revealing another simple mental trick that will eliminate a different common mistake that's probably affecting your English right now. Here's the final secret that will make everything click perfectly into place. And it's about developing what I call English intuition, the ability to feel when something is right or wrong before you even analyze why. Native speakers develop this intuition naturally through years of exposure. But as an adult learner, you can actually accelerate this process by paying attention to high-quality English sources. Start noticing how literally is used in professional news articles, academic papers, quality books, and formal speeches. You'll discover that it appears much less frequently than you might expect. And when it does appear, it's used with surgical precision to emphasize that something remarkable actually happened exactly as described. This observation practice will train your brain to recognize the difference between careful, intentional language use and casual, imprecise speech. The more you expose yourself to excellent English models, the more your own usage will naturally improve without conscious effort. This is how you develop the kind of English intuition that makes advanced grammar feel automatic and effortless. Your brain starts rejecting mistakes before you even make them because they simply don't sound right anymore. Subscribe and hit the notification bell because developing this English intuition is the ultimate goal of serious language learners. And I guide you through this advanced development process with specific techniques and examples in every video I create for this channel.